again, and Big BAAM is a squad that is already experienced. Even their new additions have played in the VCT SEA stage.
That's a big ask to again for the Vietnamese region that has proven, at least last time we saw them in 2021, somewhat successful, right? We saw Cerberus do as well as they could. They were a team that could go the distance, but up against other teams, other regions that had, let's say, more setups than what I think the Vietnamese region was more accustomed to, which was, again, the more aggressive style of play. It could be something different for them. But with all that being said, it's going to be a matchup between Georgie and Nathong. And another fun fact, again, Nathong was actually from Furious before, which was a team known for Paladins. Not Overwatch, Paladins.
Whoa, that's interesting. You know, I'm going to add one more fun fact there. Mofi comes from Ego, if I remember correctly. So, as I said, all of these guys VCT ready for the APAC scene. And at the very least, BAAM, of course, they still have that structure. They still have that core. Pina, NTK, and Dorf. You're going to expect them to flex on around later on. But Action PH on the defending side. And Georgie is going to get hit quickly by Nathong 2K there to start things off. Opens up this B side. We're knocking here on new places and new faces, Asterai. Big BAAM showing a bit more of that understanding as they get the right angle here.
Again, as the Viper stuck for Aryu here, he can't just use both of his utilities and expect that his fuel would be at the ready. So he has to interchange between both to make it as effective. This long lurk from Dorf could actually work out as Zero Deathio, not expecting it, runs out of bullets with the damage be done. Nathong still charging into the side with the rest of his team. Can they actually plant the spike through the snake bite? Yes, they can. It's going to be working out. 4 versus 3.
30
the
seconds
spike
left.
is gonna get planted. There you go.
Look at that, just pixel perfect with defaults basically. And now, high time here for Big BAAM to do what they do best on that post plant. Very methodical approach here from BAAM. Slow Orb gonna get thrown on out. A Batman now. He set up the alarm bots there. And the shots do come, but Emma just defusing Action PH. Looking steal one, but Move! That's a beautiful shock dart. Crackling the lightning at the right time. Halfway done though, all up to a Batman. The new addition here to the APH roster. Gonna go down immediately as NTK will spot him. Big BAAM got that pistol win.
Remember again before, NTK was a name that keeps popping up in my feed, aside from Red Neville, that from the Vietnamese region that just performs exceedingly well. He's had the most amount of games with Arena, but quite recently, if I'm not mistaken, he's been adjusting to the Sage as well. And well, at least for this pistol round, it's working somewhat for this Vietnamese roster. That was so awkward. Look at that. Moth with the double shocky.
And Action PH, maybe a few things that work locally they can get away with. Not gonna happen this time as Big BAAM, in all honesty, looking at the rosters that we have here from the Vietnamese region, I really have to say Big BAAM might be just one of those most disciplined ones alongside Cerberus Esports. These two squads, they stuck with their core coming into 2022. Both rosters still absolutely potent. And if we look at the records of Valorant Challengers Vietnam, Big BAAM, they were so dominant against all of the other competition, only losing out to the other two representatives. So this Big BAAM roster that made waves last time in Stage 3 SCA, they're going to be making waves this time. That's
how we interpreted the performance output of each team. Group A seems to be the more scary of which, right? And fans might say, you know what? That doesn't matter. We need to see them fight against each other first before anything. But regions be regions, and there's still power rankings between those. Anyways, coming back into the game, multi-stack on B long. By APH here.
They're playing Tetris right now. Look, them lining up like that. If you show up, it's an intersection of a simulation, and Mo, he just has to stay away from the trap that is being sprung. Interesting enough, though, Asteroids Aryu take some damage there. Action PH having a whimper of a start, in all honesty. Might change here if they get this eco win, but beyond that, we usually expect Action PH to go in as hard as possible and go for the takedowns, but the commit is real. Now the 2K will get the 2K to his name. Aryu, though, with the answer. A 4v3. Still, the gun disparity is real, and APH is trying to be sneaky around this new garage. A Batman now looking to crawl on forward as well. But Big BAAM, they're not fighting. They do want to wait for APH to peak, and patience is a virtue that BAAM will take advantage of.
And Zero Deathio with literally 1 HP is just at the A site waiting for something where he's not going to find any action whatsoever. And he's just gonna have to wait for the spike to get planted down. Maybe he can get the catch off against Pina, who does have a sheriff. That's gonna be a nice little upgrade if ever, but I don't think that's gonna happen at all. They're just about to swing on each other, and that is an awkward encounter. And Pina gets to react much faster than his opponent can.
Yeah, this is the second time basically that Sir Detio tried to cross the road, but not looking both ways. We saw it outside that entrance to A. Big Bam with a big boom. They get the first 2 points as per their pistol win. But this is where it really starts for Action PH. You give them the guns, and it's time to see how aggressive they can be. You got Georgie, you got Eman. Expect these two guys to frag out, especially towards that A site on the defense. Speaking of the A site itself, it's a Batman the one holding it down. A big test to the newer player here for the APH roster. But Big Bam right now, they're truly putting Action PH to many a hamper and many push as they go now towards A side.
I remember APH, G Insanity, you know, complimenting a Batman way back, talking now a Bat's game sense and clutch potential is incredibly high. And APH relying a lot on that could actually get the 1-up. That being said, though, NTK, nice little tap shot, is actually still working in the favor of BAM here. They're dismantling the defense. Georgie is holding on true. He's down to 60, but he's taking the 3K already. Nathong is already down as well, and Moth left to his own devices. Now they know exactly where he is, so he can't just plant the spike. So maybe, just maybe, he can sneak by underneath Georgie here. Georgie, too quick on the read, too quick on the reaction. That's going to be a 4K for him. And a first point on the board for APH.
And smashing those ACS numbers over the board. Stats don't lie. Georgie has been one of the most impressive players all throughout the APAP Challengers scene from their local stage. And you can see just why. When they need a hero, Georgie is there. A 4K in the first place. And not only that, when you have Action PH having Georgie and RU left in those clutch situations, they have so much success within them. And you can really see for Action PH, they can rely on each other on that front. But Big Bam now gonna have that guns. Bonus round didn't work for them. Feels like though for BAM, they were really testing the waters. And as you saw at the starter Astride, APH losing out on the angles. No one to peek it out. There needs to be less heroes and more teamwork here from Action PH as RU back on the way.
Yeah, it's very early on, but we already know the age-old OG spell of APH is, again, relying on the aggression, the carrying potential that Georgie brings. I mean, you're not just riding on it. They flow with it, but again, if Georgie fails, APH tends to kind of play at the wayside. That being said, though, BAM find themselves somewhat on the B site. Door finds a nice little flick there. Eman trades it up. This is good. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 in. And BAM do get the plant on the spike.
Yeah, here we go again. Action PH breaking the wall at the very least, but still not enough. RU now with a peek. Pino does get the trade, but look up, Pina says, and he is there to get the 3K to make it 3-1. Big Bam, they're peering through these windows so quickly. APH not with a chance to react whatsoever in those fights.
Such a nasty
flicks,
set
man.
of kills there for Pina. Yeah, very lit. Look at that one.
You look up. You know, sometimes they say don't look up. No, Bam, they know up, down, left, right, all the directions, everywhere to go on. And I really feel like even though Icebox has been changed, this is still the familiarity of Big Bam. And we were talking about it just a little bit before the match started. That stat-wise, you know, Big Bam, they have a lot of success in the maps that we have right now. And we're seeing it here in full force. APH, though, back on the eco and back with the blades.
Ooh, I thought Georgia was going to go straight run down on mid, but the smoke does dissuade him somehow. Though BAM is now just looking to aggress. You're not wondering where Georgie is. He's actually double updrafted, which gives him the information, crucial information at that. And they're slowly peeking at this. This is very different from what we saw from Fancy U. Big BAM, look at how methodical they are here. And Nathong is just punishing all of those who just want to be cheeky around the walls.
And that's the thing, looking at some of the games back in the Vietnam Challengers, as BAM just cleans up nicely. Only Batman left. Really, Big BAM is that kind of squad that have those methods, that have those stratagems. And you're seeing it here in full force against APH. Action PH, though, at least Batman getting killed with the frenzy. Gets the second one, stop running into him, and the Batman tried to be the hero that APH needed, but could not deserve that title in this round. So it's 4-1. BAM again, just cleaning up nicely, relatively. It was good damage done there by a Batman at the end to give him the lockdown. But in all honesty, this is something I what I saw recently, Astra, because watching BAAM versus Fancy United in their challengers, Fancy United reminded me of APH, and then seeing this, be like, Big BAAM, you're gonna be facing off against basically the PH counterpart of someone you lost to in the lower bracket. How have you learned your lesson? And so far, it seems like so good. They're controlling the tempo of Action PH and preventing them from running away with this game. 4-1 standing screams that Big BAAM is in control right now.
That makes a lot of sense, right? Because if they're just playing against the Filipino counterpart, then certain intervals, certain plays are going to be very familiar, if not at least similar for Big BAAM. With all that being said, now back into the round itself, Emon's going to have to force his wall up, but he cannot cross back into safety. Trades are still actually pretty good. George spot up the operator here, so they're going to get actually pretty damn delayed as NTK is the only one to remain. I don't think he's going to try to get anything if he doesn't get a pick first. It's all about how patiently he can just catch off against Georgie. It's back into cover, but does he know that Ryu is right on top of him?
Oh, the wall is ready just in case he wants to go for the res, but so far it has been smart here from Action PH, and it will pay off in dividends. Not only was the operator pick there actually so solid from Georgie, knowing the pace of Big BAAM right now, but Emon with that cheeky wall actually getting in the way. Before BAAM could set up their own barrier orb, Emon says, you know, I'm gonna put this gate in front of you. You have to pay the toll. Watch out for the guard, and the guard there with the operator just shoots at you from above. Big BAAM, they tried to go for that reset, but again, Georgie, he's that hero, and he's that sure shot. Give him the up in this kind of situation. BAAM will need to rethink their plans there towards that B site.
Do they have anything to actually stop Georgie from just looking at them straight dead in the eye? Not really. No flashers, no nothing. They can maybe tag Georgie or something, but that's going to be that. Oh, that was a freebie. Completely misses.
Warning shot,
and
man.
now, oh yeah, I just wanted to add here, man. Big BAAM. They're going to just go around the Viper Spit plus the operator of Georgie.
Might as well. Seems like there's a lot of commitment for APH to really make Big BAAM go for that B-side, but not on 2K. That was just beautiful yet again. From low to high, they still get the shots. Nano Swarm still in the way. Action PH yet again trying to prevent that plant from happening. And thanks to that stall, Georgie is here yet again with Cape and Operator in hand to try and save the day. 4v4 now though, keeping parity, but this is Big BAAM pinned down by the efforts of the operator. And not only that, since it's Pina dead here, Asarai, no way to go for the smoke. It really has to rely on them quickly going on through. Nathong tries to contest there with the updraft, and TK with the res. Big BAAM, again, slowing the pace down to try and reset themselves before their siege.
Georgie spots it, but has to back away. Can pick up the Vandal here, among other things. This Killjoy ultimate will do absolutely nothing to stop the plan, and even gets destroyed by Mop. That's going to be a really big help for them, because this now reduces the threat that the rest of the defenders will be bringing into the table. 3 versus 5 to remain. Georgie leading the charge here, has used the Cloudburst to get closer and closer onto yellow. Renathong is waiting. Maybe he can time the peak here. He's gotten the first one. He's reacted properly to it, but he's been reduced down to 5. And if he tries to tap that spike, he dies to it. Yeah, awkward.
That was just perfectly cooked up there by Big BAAM, and teammates, even everyone getting on the board there for the Vietnam team here. Gotta say though, Action PH, they have the right plans if they can withstand that first wave, basically. They use those utilities to stall it out. You see a Batman really setting up those nano swarms over the corner just to prevent that initial plant. But the thing is, since Big BAAM had that momentum earlier on, having that resurrection to go for that reset, they had the chance it again to try one more time. And this time, Action PH, they had to go up close and personal. That was a really good angle there by Georgie. But with 5 HP, you said it yourself. Step on that spike, tap it a little bit, and you are going to get scolded and scalded by the nano swarm there in the end. So Big BAAM right now, keeping command and keeping control here, really, really effective work from them.
APH now going to be, excuse me, calling a timeout as
Your excuse.
kind of feeling the pressure. I wonder how RU can rally back the team, because we've already talked about this in PH, and if those are who are tuning in for the APAC are now just wondering about APH in particular, this team really does rely on the momentum. Bounce back is not their strong suit, but with a Batman, maybe that's going to be a possibility. Maybe.
And The thing is, Action PH really isn't a roster that has the most refined stratagems. They love to go for those mid-round calls, courtesy of RU, but beyond that, it's a shoot-head win game. Go for the duels as much as possible. So losing out Modeski for a Batman who is also that kind of clutch player, there really is that parity. It's not going to hurt them as much compared to many teams who have that sudden stand-in, right? So we'll see if Action PH can readjust. It's more of Big Bang. Oh! The drones, they touch tips different.
They touch nostrils, which is the next step of intimacy.
Oh, and an Eskimo kiss, man. I mean, it's perfect. We're on Icebox. There you go.
That's true.
That's true. And Big Bam's here.
You can't touch tips when you're wearing all of that protective cold layering, right? So it's about the nose.
I know what you're talking about now, but hey, Big Bam here. Again, slowing it down. That's the thing. You even have time to finish this whole segment about Eskimo kisses and whatnot, because Big Bam say, Action PH, go ahead, throw everything you have at us beforehand, and as soon as we sense that weakness, we will go. This patience really such an effective factor right now for Big Bam and how they're making sure that they understand what the pace of this game is. And not only that, NTK, I really feel like that he's been studying these walls, studying these peaks, and there you go. It is just clinical from NTK to get that takedown. Sordetio though on the board. It is a lesser buy here for Action PH. Big Bam really just wanting to be as safe as possible. The Viper Smith even committed as NTK will go for the plants, but with 410 control. Oh, Molto goes down as a Batman picks up a rifle. Chance here perhaps for Batman and co. APH do have the blades even available, and Georgie is on the hunt as well. But inside that mean green machine, it's Bam right now lurking in wait. Pina catches out Sordetio. A Batman now trying to come in close, but the alarm bot will already say where he is. But Georgie finds NTK at least, and now he's gonna go on the outside. Dorf though finds the last two as the wrong knife was out from Georgie, and Big Bam will take it yet again. APH giving themselves chances, but Bam in the end will still take the round.
I don't think that was the wrong knife for Georgie. I think he used his right click and whiffed. So he didn't have his Blaze Storm anymore. If you heard that there was like that small whoosh at the background, we were spotting out, I think, Dorf or someone else. And yeah, that's why Georgie only had his knife out, because he was trying to at least run as fast as he can to pick up the Vandal that was right in front of him. But Dorf actually denies that.
Oh, let me put my volume even louder so I can hear the Asteroid sound effects.
You know, I'm actually pretty deaf when it comes to like listening to people, but in-game sounds.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Know.
You know, when someone right beside you is giving you advice, you don't take it.
Ah, Dax. How dare you?
Well, you set that one up.
People don't need to know that I'm bad at taking advice, or I'm just like really bad at just.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. Astra has met IRL for the past week, but the Batman, he won't meet the mice there against Dorf. You know, we're talking about Valorant here, not your. Well, I'm not gonna continue on with that. Spike's planted quickly, and here we go again. Big Bam with control of the site there, my friend.
Now we'll see how this goes. 4 versus 5 as the round continues. Nice little heal there on Zero Death Yo. The slow is good on the timing as well. This just delays them even further, even though that gets a nice little 3 tag. Look at who is in the back of the site, claiming names and taking hearts. It's Moff. One by one, they all fall down. And to get the close corner here, uses the box to utter fruition. But it's still wrong for the attackers. But is time still of the essence? It is not, because the Nano just ruins it all for them. Also, did that Cloudburst actually screw up APH from Georgie?
I didn't see that one coming, and as soon as they stepped, it was it. The floor is lava, and Big Bam, they're the ones imagining this playground here. 7-2 just because of that, and that's how many kills already from Dorf just with his utilities. Has 10 takedowns right now. Great understanding of this kind of setup, and look at that. Eman even just like, oh no, what's going on? Tries to jump on the way, and you said it. The Cloudburst actually hides that immediate spot of that Nano Swarm. That has to hurt APH. Big Bam right now just getting away with those setups. And here we go again. Action PH on the lesser buy. We said this a while ago. If Action PH is losing at the start, that is where they lose that kind of confidence within themselves and things fall apart for them.
With all of that, you add Nathong that, again, I was talking with my friend who plays in VCT Vietnam, says that this guy is one of the best entry fraggers that he's ever spotted. So we're seeing that happen. That being said, though, APH, there are no pushovers when it comes to their Sheriff rounds. They're coming into this one with numbers abound. Spike has yet to get started planting because, again, they do have that post plant. Georgie with the tap on through the wall. This is looking much better for the defenders here. But no one is still on that Spike.
Oh, he has the proper spray from above, but Georgie's there to give Action PH another one. Got close though, but this is it. This is the... That's right. This might be the one that becomes the 8, that becomes the streak for Action PH. We'll see though if Big BAAM can stem it, but really for Action PH to win a round where they were only on those sheriffs at the start, where they basically had the lesser buy in the first place, those are the kind of rounds that give them that confidence, that give trust to one another. And with Georgie again still consistently getting those moments.
Still like that saying in Jurassic Park, he finds a way. Georgie finds a way. He's a dinosaur. In the sense that he's very scary and strong. He's not old. Maybe he is. I actually don't know how old
yeah,
Georgie is.
So basically if Georgie is the T-Rex, you're probably the Velociraptor, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, you might be even more of a herbivore than anything else. But hey, anyway. Why do you set these up for me, in all honesty? Why do you hand me these things on a silver platter? Okay. I'm gonna stop here.
I'm just that good of a co-caster, man.
Yeah, you are. This is absolute symmetry, chemistry on point. But let's see now. BAAM, they only have the rifle on that 2K. And you mentioned it. He's one of the more renowned entry frags really in the Vietnam scene. Giving him that hero rifle. We'll see what he can do. Absolutely nothing. Because are you the clutch meister for APH? Getting a takedown. Even the Batman gets on the board, cleaning up Pina nicely.
Yeah, Zerdathio spots out everybody now. If not everybody, almost everybody. With his Sova drone, which also alerts a Batman and Georgie to start moving in through mid. It's gonna cut off the rotation of our attackers here, but with this Viper pit, it's gonna be nigh impossible for BAAM to actually get anything but just maybe a couple of picks here and there. If Aryu over pushes, then maybe NTK can get something, but yep, they tagged, or rather pinged where he was for sure. All they had to do was fire to the smoke, and APH looking to solidify this last round of the first half, maybe with the 5-7.
Yeah, look to the left, look to the right, be like, no, he's in the middle. Ah, okay, got you guys. And actually, PH was very clean. Big BAAM's basically hope and prayer in that round was Nathan 2K getting that takedown and allowing them to rush towards that site. We see on the post plant, Big BAAM has so many lineups, basically so many setups that they can utilize. So in that instance, even with the gun disparity, Big BAAM could have actually made something happen. But Action PH now stepping on up, and this is the Action PH that we know and that we love to see from their results. But Georgie, second time, doesn't work out whatsoever. Double up trap will not lead to much. And it's Big BAAM now going for that B site, but they're anticipating here, but the Batman will lose it out. You're getting the confidence back here from Action PH Asarai, but Big BAAM will try to seal it here. Zerodetio though, and Emma there coming on in one more time. NTK with a fight back, bringing that on 2K also. But Zerodetio, Mr. Tesseract himself, going from the side. Georgie, they're taking command and advantage of it. And finally, the opportunity for Zerodetio there to wrap up the round. APH getting back into form. And this game is looking to be more wide open than it initially looked, Asarai.
I'm a bit too thirsty on that chase kill on Zerodetio. They kind of fumbled the ball as they were trying to just, again, hunker down on him. Gonna try to see how this one worked out for Emon. Did not, but yeah, when they were on top of the long, Zerodetio wasn't really in a spot where they could have punished him as he was backing up into cover. So them risking to just get out in front was the ultimate fail for BAAM, at least for that 12th round. All being said though, 7-5, they still have the lead, but now switch the sides, and Action PH, they're more deadly on the attack than they do on defense for sure.
Yeah, and if you guys notice, the timer's not moving. We actually have a small, longer halftime, relatively.
Yeah.
So these guys are just resetting themselves, getting ready for the next side, and you're going to be expecting that a lot moving forward for the next 3 weeks. I do have to say, though, Action PH, that's their confidence play. You take one down of Action PH, sure, no problem. And usually, you expect it's a team that there's one guy being hero and everyone is hanging back on the defense, right? But no, they are fully committed. Everyone will be on your face. And that's what gives Action PH still hopes in those kind of rounds. They go all in as a team when they want to play the hard aggress, whether they're attacking or defending. And those are just when the hero plays comes. Zerodetio, Georgie, they're the perfect tandem for the round. And I think you were talking about this to me yesterday while we were discussing some of the matches today, that really Zero Detio has truly stepped on up in this year's VCT.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we mentioned how not sure if you agree with me that before for Action PH it was Eman and Georgie that were like the Splash Brothers, but that got old real quick because again, people are able to adjust against two dynamic fraggers, especially if they do have the utility usage to back it up with. But when APH has good utility usage on their end, again in the form of Zero Deathyo, it is looking much better. Now he's 7-10-3 here, but when he does get the opportunity to do so, he does get those frags when the team needs him to.
Yeah, that's true. I always felt like he was a bit more of a role player back then in the UCFC squadron, but he's stepped up on his own here for Action PH, and that's shocked our client, but Georgie Smoke getting the lineups early on, knowing how to hamper Action PH. But we're back now, guys. Second half is a go, and that's the first kill of this segment. Now the 2K goes hand to the hand of Georgie. Atop the wall, it's Georgie trying to play parkour, but NTK getting back to cover 2-3 here for Big BAAM already. And Action PH, they want to go for the rush down towards that side, but before they can build their own safety, they've lost the advantage here, Asarai.
That was so awkward. Georgie kind of overstepped his bounds there. His teammates were breaking the segment of the wall, and he pushed forward, and he just basically tripped. Very awkward.
Yeah, unfortunate. And that's the thing, NTK, opportunistic there, in and out, quickly with the frags. Alarm bot now gonna be saying hello, Ari will break it. But if anyone can try to play the clutch, it might be him, but Scandal won't help out whatsoever. The flag is even there. And this time, you are just gonna get sealed there, Mr. RU. 8-5, Big BAAM again with another pistol win. And even though it's just pistol, it really feels like for Action PH, they need those kind of rounds to build the domination mentality that they love to unleash against other teams.
Oh, wow. They really do. And from that perspective, it didn't even look like Georgie was messed up from his landing, but he really was. That's like a really big thing. Split second when pros are concerned can really translate life or death. Your Deathyo now going to be using his utility maybe to pull a bit of eyes on B, but that's not going to phase Big BAAM here as Nathong, you can already see him just hovering over Belt, while NTK, he's already plugged up the main. So they want to go through this. They're going to have to break through that and, again, be very afraid of the slow orb that is to come from NT.
Yeah, Marshall Mando trying to page and call "Are you home?" See if Nathong can send that signal as soon as possible. For APH, they just don't want to bite on this. This is getting very precarious though with these jiggles. As soon as Nathong actually gets the right angle, that's bye-bye to RU here. Really all about timing, and there you go. TikTok goes the clock, and the hour strikes, and Nathong will get the takedown and put that spike in place even. This is huge here, so APH will just go in with reckless abandon and with nothing to lose and, well, nothing to gain. It's Big BAAM there with the flawless win anyway. They get a perfect round, and they give all those kills to NTE here on the side of Action PH. Look at it. It's one away from the resurrection this early on. That's going to be a big advantage for Big BAAM.
Man. Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, this round is over as soon as that happens. Like, okay, we're done.
That was awkward too. Like, why was the spike on top of Belt when they're gonna be just rushing into the site?
Look. It's a conveyor belt, right? I think A site's supposed to be either a shipping place or an airport, so you put the spike there, maybe it'll go to the site. Maybe. I'm just trying to find that silver lining here. We all both know that as soon as the spike went down, that was it.
Yeah, that was them being screwed. So they just maybe hope that they can use the numbers to over-aggress, as it were. Oh, this is going to be a surprise for a Batman. And they lined up. That's okay. Dorf and NTK creating some waves at different intervals, different positions of the map here. And look at how APH on that mini-map Dax already cornered on B long. They can try to maybe wiggle one out, but Nathong is gonna slap their hands away if they try to touch the site.
Yeah, and that's PH right now. They're trying to find those miracle angles that have given them success in the PH scene, but again, a bit of unfamiliarity perhaps towards his B side. Georgie right now watching over that snowman, but Nathong 2K, can he get the flick? Over to the head, not gonna happen. Eman instead with a kill on door. Action PH still having a chance in this round. Dash on the way is forced on that quickly. M1 with a self-heal, and will put that spike down into place. But really, this is dangerous here. The Marshall now will hit his mark. So Deku, where does he come from? In the middle, actually getting two. Georgie's still fighting on back. NTK though with the answer. And this was NTK's gun ready to pull the trigger. He puts the resurrection up. 2 versus 1. And it's all up to Georgie now, but with one bodyguard and one for the defuse, perhaps Big Bam here might get the angle. And yes, they do. Through the wall, they will peek. And NTK with another kill. With another point perhaps to his ultimate. No, he's gonna give it to Dorf instead. But 10-5 bonus win here for Big Bam.
Man, Georgie kind of felt a little bit lost there. I think he wanted to maybe go around through orange, but then second decided because the spike not planted for orange peak. If you saw it there, there's that big box that was just covering it. I really wish we could have seen Zero Deathio's perspective there, but he did get the late lurk coming in through, but since NTK got the refrag and him being that sage that only need one more charge to get the res up, Big Bam in that 1v1 interval had the perfect set of abilities to make it an easy retake. Because again, that res was already up when NTK got the kill on Zero Deathio.
Yeah, and things are looking good here for Big Bam. Things are already going right thanks to their efforts. And then things go even better thanks to what APH ends up doing because of some of the scenarios. This is a 5-10 scoreline that Big Bam is completely in control of right now, mitigating the streaky nature of Action PH. And really, Action PH running out of chances right now to get back into form. But when you're facing off against Action PH, it's never over until you slay them with that 13. You need to wrap up the game, or these guys can actually get back at you. It might just be here, heralding the call of Georgie trying to get the attention. But Eman and Georgie, the dynamic duo, they got drowned there by NTK. The Splash Brothers no more. N2K with 4, almost gets the ace. Argue there with a shutdown at least, but that's that for the round. It's Big Bam yet again with a big impact, and this combat stage is the one healing and dealing the damage at the same time. 22 and 12 for NTK. What a stat line.
And again, NTK, he's basically gotten 5 charges. 4 from kills, 1 from the death. So he's like 2 away from another res Dax. That is some crazy statistics coming out from NTK here. Again, that's a weaker buy for APH, but it don't matter because he's getting all of the things right now. 22 kills. On the other side, Georgie 17, but the round's still dropping, falling into the hands of BAAM.
Dude, just give NTK an honorary MD by this point. He's the one defining a new set of healthcare here in APAC. And just again, that extra second chance later on is going to be so helpful with him. That on point as well. Big Bam right now in full command. We'll see though, as Action PH going to have the guns at least. And they also have the res to try and keep that parity. Mof though, Aldron looking for a bit of that impact perhaps. Trying to see what's going on. APH taking a bit of that high ground. And you got the Batman there lurking in the middle, but a good call to put that alarm bot from Dorf at least to see if there are any signs of trouble. All about APH though, pulling that trigger, and here comes the push. Gonna try and plant that spike down. Mof though with the dart gets broken, and it does seem like Big Bam will have to go in blind on this retake.
Actually, there's no retake. They haven't planted the spike.
Oh yeah, actually, I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Sometimes as casters we try to predict what's gonna happen. Doesn't. Maybe this time.
I'm predicting the reason why they're taking such a long play here is they're waiting for a Batman to spot out somebody lurking from mid. And even though it is very delayed and it doesn't get any value, it seems like Big Bam have chosen to not rotate NTK and Nathong, which again has allowed the pinch for APH to still work. NTK's going to be clearing this up, but now all eyes are set on him. Has to go for the slow orb, but how well can he manage? Actually, okay, good shot on the first, but not expecting a Batman to actually be there to handle his second swing.
And operator here in the hands of Nathong might want to go for the save, but the backstab's real in Georgie. This guy gets seen, and Nats and 2K can smell the jet coming anyway. Really gotta say though that here for APH, that was such a good call, and when the going gets tough, Action PH still still getting tougher. The APH, I know from the PH scene, my friend. These guys, as soon as they broke that dart, they would go for it. But really, are you a Batman? Very, very responsible players. Action PH will get the round. And better late than never against a team like Big BAM. APH, good adjustment for the round. Let's see if it can last and make this game last.
Let's see what he can try to do there. I mean, they kind of shake BAM a bit, but again, BAM have won so many consecutive rounds that they should be able to fund their endeavors for maybe a round or two. So APH gonna have to work hard to go against them. Again, Nathong being able to save up the operator is even a bigger hurdle here for APH. Still gonna look to go for B though, Dax.
Yeah, and they lost a few of those lives there. At least they still have money for this round. But they're gonna try to build that bank to keep them in contention over and over again. Does Big BAM adjust though? That's what we're looking for here as Action PH now. Showing a bit of that resolve here, Asarai, and a bit of responsible actions, especially towards this B site. Then again, the wall, it's gonna be very important here for Eman and Big BAM. They still set up their heavy utilities towards this B site anyway. Wall comes up, it's already there planting, it's getting broken on down. Eman was spraying through it. Georgie can take advantage of all the chaos and catch out Pina to start things off.
That was huge. Played it slow so that Ryu can secure one of the orbs and then plant the spike so he can use that Viper Spit of his. A Batman still lurking on mid, and finally it pays off. Last round it did not, but BAM not considering the fact that them losing multiple members has kind of screwed up what they wanted to do. I think Nathong got spotted as well, so he's gonna just have to tuck tail and run, but Batman is on the intercept. He's waiting for it as well, and Nathong knows this. Gonna have to fight for his life there on Hut. Oh. Okay. Oh, Batman slowly clearing.
You can hear the police sirens. Asarai, all the Wang Wangs in the world, they want to find this guy to manhunt for Nathong to game. They finally get him. Conveniently enough, Action PH, they get the 2 rounds that they love to see in a row. This is it. This is the momentum building. And if Big BAM loses out yet again, then the points are going to pile on. And especially with the lesser money Big BAM has after losing that operator, things are looking brighter here for Action PH.
They're just going to save everything they have and go into that next round. Nathong probably going to be... Yeah, there it is. Standard play as a Jet on Icebox. Goes straight for A, but look at this APH. They're pinging it. They know it's going to happen. Okay. No punish, though. He will get tagged, but again, he does have that dash, so how well Nathong can get out of this?
You should
Actually
run.
good. All right, he's fine.
Yeah, I think they were anticipating more of Big BAM to protect Nathong, but instead the flank's gonna happen. So maybe bait and switch here. That can work for Big BAM on the eco state, but Action PH now smelling that something is afoot and will be watching in behind just in case. Planto will come. A Batman also fortifying the approach here with his utilities. NTK though with a catch on to Georgie. The Sage still with a hot hand anyway, ready with the res even. That's a gun up top that belt, but Action PH still watching that flag.
Oh.
Pina though fights Serodetio, and Big BAM! The impact is coming here. 5v2 now as NTK gets another one. No one can beat NTK at this point. Eman with a catch on the boat. A Batman is here yet again. Nathong with dash. Gets the headshot. Pina comes on in. And it's 1v1 now. Eman versus Pina. There's the rest with the distraction.
No.
And Pina will get the execution. But reloads in front of him. A Batman gets the classic in time. And Action PH, they will get away with it. Oh man. Big BAM, if only they had 4 bullets in that chamber, but that was so close for Action PH.
You mentioned it perfectly, dude. They got the hot hands. They are just hitting every single damn shot. I wish we could have seen that NTK takedown onto Georgie. This one was so... Wait, so he had 1 bullet, and then he body shotted the second one. Oh, it's so awkward. And they were like, oh, let me have this. All right. Anyways. Nathong? Okay. At least he gets spotted, though. Oh, he doesn't get the Aldron. He still doesn't get the Aldron.
The Aldron! The Aldron beat him! That was the Aldron versus Nathong 2K, and Aldron wins! That's a fatality and a half there, Pastor Ryan. Oh, this is now gonna be shattering a bit of that confidence here for Big BAM. Let's see if they can keep up their confidence now as Action PH is going their way. But no timeouts anymore, Big BAM. This is Action PH running the clock and running towards that B side. Eman for the plant. It's 5v3, and the damage has been done there by Georgie.
Nina Gonna have to wait for his teammate there, but he's good on the shot. Still, Georgie has the hot hand, has already claimed the 3K. And he's not stopping. He actually takes out the blades, but gets punished immediately by Pina, who still has the deal. But the remaining members of APH looked a little bit scary there. He was starting to heat up, but at least dealt with him in time before he could do more damage to the APH economy and mental.
It 1, it became the 2, and now it's become the 4 in a row here for Action PH. Victories give smiles and cheers to the APH roster, give them that confidence, and see how willing they are to go for the duel. Pina, though, with the punish, and that could have been him getting a string of multi-kills, but there's no fear whatsoever from Action PH. These guys want to bring that fight. These guys want to go at Big BAM's throats, and we're gonna get it yet again towards that A side. BAM here, they need to put a stop to this kind of momentum, but they already used their timeout there, Asarai. And if Action PH keeps going like this, well, this engine will make it 11-11 soon.
Who's on top? Oh, that's Nathong.
That's Nathong.
Georgie can actually swing and actually get the shot on him. And it works, but there's a 1-for-1 trade here. And NTK? How ballsy can you be to actually peek at like 4 people looking in direction as you're tagged? This man has no fear whatsoever. The res to come out as well. Nathong will be coming back. Okay, timing. Nobody's gonna get detained, but this will give the space for APH to plant down that spike.
That desperate space that they needed, but unfortunately the trade a while ago mitigated by NTK. Now then, lockdown is a go. Just to get in the way, this time it's Big BAM buying that real estate towards A side. Really an auction here in the half that's happening. Big BAM, they wanna get close to that spike to try and at least get that defuse. 5% even. This Action PH need to come in close. Georgie though doesn't care. NTK will go down. Walks over to the rifle and even finds another one! The Georgie experience does not stop here. Keep your tickets on because you're in for a show. We're ready for Georgie. Pina though. Wait a bit, last stand. Here go with the defuse, but it gets caught by a Batman! And Eman is there even. Action PH at the nick of time. Lights, camera, action, starring Georgie. And you see it here. They're at double digits.
Oh my gosh. Georgie isn't clowning around. Oh, you need a replay on that one. Let's see this. Okay. You peek me, I peek you. All right, that's the first one. And he gets another banger for shot once he picks up that Vandal of his. This flick up. Oh, just, Georgie, damn. Okay, we see you.
I gotta give the co-star credits though to Batman. Again, having him on your roster, I really feel like, you know, Modeski, he is that godski at holding down sights. But a Batman has always had that cool head for any roster, and having someone with that kind of temperance, he will realize what's going on, and that was that crucial takedown to prevent them from losing that round. But back to the game we go. It's 4v4 here. Pina and Georgie both gets lost in the process, but Action PH still have that gun advantage. And here we go again with that spike plant, and we're gonna be one away from that resurrection, just in case they need it.
Dude, NTK is just getting kill after kill. Okay, right, Zero, I don't know why he actually inspected this weapon and wanted to change the color, but if that helps him win the round, you know, so be it. He's charging out, and it's working. Okay, he's got the change color buff. He's hyped up. Eman is helping him out at the back of the side as well. We're only left with Dorp, who's caught rocking a hard place in that corner, and it's getting peppered with bullets. APH, they got the sale. It's 11-11.
You know, the thing is, if the PH made a wish for that comeback, they will get it now, as we have that tied scoreline. Right, and again, this is a prophecy foretold. You give Action PH 1-2, the streak is just crazy, and the points just keep piling on again and again and again. You can see this. I really was wondering, Sir Detko, why are you trying to shock dart in the store? But the thing is, I got your back, BAM. And one right behind him to save him in his troubles, and he's able to tap away at the last member. Sometimes Action PH, you gotta wonder why are they doing these things at these times. But you look at their formation, you look who's right behind, beside them, and this is where they just hold hands, sing kumbaya, and go in together. That's that trust we see from Action PH when they are winning, and when they have this kind of streak, it is just teamwork, making that dream work, whether or not it's the cleanest play or not here, Asarai.
Somehow, some way, APH, they still find that magic, man. I mean, it's amazing to see that. You know, not a lot of relationships, I mean, team relationships can make that work. So, kudos to APH. Strong for you. Anyways. this crossfire could actually work out. NTK just backs away and gets away with bloody murder attacks. Zerodethio is already out of the board. But Emon does have the res.
And top 10 cases unsolved. That was it. Number 1, the murder of Zerodethio. But the resurrection, at least the medical miracle, is back. And the Hunter's Fury now will be unleashed instead. Both trying to find the target. Does he even get any tags here? Seems like it's not really gonna happen. Georgie up top though, not 2K, same case. All the operations, but NTK, he does it again. Finally gonna get punished there by Zerodethio. Nathan though. Is that RU? Emma trying to set the wall, but before construction happens, that's destruction from Nathan 2K. Blink once, you won't even see it. Plant is desperate here from Action PH, but Georgie and Zerodethio, they're still here again. Mofo with a fine onto Georgie. Zerodethio has to stick this. He's at least in cover. 1v2 scenario here, and now death will beckon towards Zerodethio. Pina with the find will break the streak finally, and it's map point here for Big BAAM. But how long did it take here, Asarai?
It took forever. How many rounds was that? 12 to 5, I think? So that was like...
That was 5, so 6 plus the 1. 7 rounds?
30 seconds.
Yeah, around that much. Around that much. Let's look at that Nathal shot. And then another one just hits it up. I'm surprised that Georgie actually didn't catch him. So I wonder where Georgie's sights were set. Probably towards screen, because I believe he was like belled at one point, so he might have been able to catch Nathal there. Not understanding what happened, but yeah, should have been, right?
They were looking for the duel until Georgie kind of looked away. Sometimes you have to commit. I really feel like Georgie was looking for NTK though, because they knew that Sage was going in and out just like this, cleaning up the pipes nicely. And he's not done. NTK is still there, at least spotted out by Zerodethio. And now the Hunter's Fury is unleashed. They want NTK badly. And can they catch him?
My.
No, he gets out into the courtyard in time, and he's setting up by the rafters after the heal. Still, Big BAAM though, on that map point, and APH, they don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Well, they still have time here.
Okay, Moff is just making sure that every nook and cranny of the A site is well scrubbed and clean. Allows Nathan to actually peek out once again. He might be able to spot Zerodethio. Look at where he's looking at right now on the minimap. He does actually look towards on Nest, but that's not where the brunt of the forces of APH are now looking towards to. It's that B site, the ball comes through, and it has gravitated the attention of NTK. So maybe if he can get there in time, it could work, but the double fake from APH. Good stuff.
Standing ahead.
Exactly.
30 seconds left.
Again, but no, someone else is watching as trailer as possible. His name is Nathan 2K. He is assigned here to guard that A site with his life, not to back off as APH is able to go closer. But he opt yet again, looking for the repeat. George here, there up top 410, and Emon wins the close range encounter against Nathan there. But Mof now, Shock Dart can get thrown on out. George here keeping an eye out. Really, APH just anticipating these entry points here. Courtesy of Big BAAM. Blades though do not get nothing. Dorf is there, but a Batman now putting on the cowl to get 2. It's 2v2 with Dorf up top. Does he find Emon in time? No, Emon there! Reacting quicker, and Pina versus RU. This is gonna be APH forcing out overtime, and we are not done. We're getting a long map here for the right reasons, Asarai, and we go for more on Icebox.
Switching the sides, BAAM will now have to go on the offensive once again, but hot diggity damn will not lie that Georgie and Emon starting to heat up when everything matters the most. Look at this transition. Bam! Just lovely stuff. Pina noted he was running out of time, and he had to at least get that quick pick off of RU. RU not giving him that satisfaction back. So now, as I mentioned, we're here. First round out of regulation.
This is just day 1. This is
and
just
we're in
the
play-ins.
This
Exactly.
is just the play-ins, quote unquote. What more will APAC bring us over the next few weeks? Well, I'm excited to be with this ride with you guys and everyone watching right now. But let's get back into the game, and Big BAAM have to get back in the form that we saw from there. He need to just find that control against APH and again, stop those dynamics from working for Action PH. Now Napdown here up top 410, right behind the Telka screens, and he's looking for an opportunity. For now, there's an entry fracker, but with APH willing to put a fight. Zerodethio already catches out one. Georgie seen dashing, a Batman there, getting 2, and APH just holding down the fort. Nato now all alone, but
gone.
cannot handle the rest of APH. It's immediately match point for APH this time.
Man,
Switching sides.
started from
Match point.
the bottom and now they're here. APH. This bounce back from them is just hard set. Georgie not letting up. He's like, NTK, you're 29 kills. I can match that and even some, as he's been making huge adjustments to win these rounds for APH as to lead them. Also, gotta say, RU's utility delayed them so long that I don't think BAAM knew where they wanted to actually push through, because there were a lot of things that were not scrubbed at the back of the site that Natham could not see again because of that utility from RU.
For APH, it's really a two-half game. If they have a bad first half, which doesn't really happen as much as you'd think, they go for that comeback on the second. The streak is necessary to give them that confidence, but if they get it in that game, they will stand a big chance of winning it out anyway, and we see it here. Georgie, though, spotted out by the Outrun. M1 with the plant still alive, barely breathing, or at least the bandages are there for himself, and he's going to be able to get on away after the issues with the poison there. Natang, though, up top yet again, perhaps flank here from Dwarf. That's Sir Detio will watch out for. He doesn't have any utilities anymore, so he's going to be going for that mid lurk. Instead, backs on away. Standstill, though, and APH, they know that clock is on their side. Big BAAM, they have to go on in. Recon Dart now to try and get the spot. NTK with the defuse, but the spam is real. Georgie Sordetio gonna get on the board. And Action PH right now getting the advantage. Here's the push, and are you coming on in? Cleans up nicely. All left now to Nato yet again, but Action PH, you said it yourself, Asteroid started from the bottom. Now they're here, and they will take Icebox in overtime, 14-12.
The second win comes in to bring a big tidal wave so that our Boracay Jet can ride it through. It shows. 30 bomb for Georgie there. And look at the happy faces of Action PH. We don't usually see them get this really riled up when they win a match, but you can see right now that they are fired up, Dax. And they have taken themselves a nice...